everyone, it's Reena Jadhav with the Health Boot Camps and Live Longer podcast. And I have today with me Liliana Partida, and she's going to talk about detox and the importance of detox during weight loss. Why? Because we are launching the amazing weight loss boot camp with her, which I'm so excited about. Liliana, tell us a little bit about detoxing for weight loss.
Well, one of the things that I really encourage is creating a detox lifestyle. And so again, this is what we've done is we've taken out any foods that are potential allergens that are going to end up in a fat cell, creating more toxic waste to the body. And at the same time, we want to make sure we hydrate. Hydration is so important because it's our internal shower. Our lymphatic system, we have twice the amount of lymph fluid as we do blood. And so we need to drink those waters and have those water-oriented foods, the salads, the vegetables, things of that nature, with the minerals. So because honestly, Reena, when you're losing weight, out of those fat cells come toxins. And so it's just a wonderful opportunity to clean house at the same time. So with exercise, you're going to be sweating and releasing some of these toxins through our respiration as well. But I love doing things like detox baths or infrared sauna, breathing exercises. All of these will be very helpful. Again, the rebounder to encourage lymphatic drainage is so important. And if we're really concentrating on eliminating all of the chemicals, the sugars, things that our body has no idea what to do with them, that's already in detoxification modality as well. Some of the drinks that I put on there is the turmeric tea drink, which is going to be very supportive for inflammation. But at the same time, it's got the ginger and the turmeric and the pepper and cinnamon and lemongrass in there as well. So you've got all of these wonderful hydrating properties. And so I encourage all of you to make that turmeric drink out of scratch. It's very, very simple. But again, I also have a recipe for the lazy man version of just using the powdered turmeric and ginger and things of that nature. But it will stimulate your metabolism and also support any, because I love ginger for the simple fact that it really is great, kind of almost like an antibacterial and supports candida. Because honestly, when we are overweight, oftentimes we're going to have issues with our digestive system, and we have more what we would consider unfriendly bacteria. And so when we are in detoxification modality, I want you to really pay attention to how do you feel? When I eat something, do I feel full of energy, mental clarity, or do I fall asleep? And then we know that, you've had foods that are, too high in sugar for yourself. And at the same time, if I eat something and I get bloaty and gassy, guess what? All of those foods that you just ate are going to end up not fully digested, fermented, and end up in a fat cell. And so if we're already thinking in our minds that we live a detox lifestyle, we're not encouraging eating foods that are not organic. So we have organic foods, pesticide-free, pasture-raised, pasture-finished, and no chemicals in our foods. We are cooking as much as we possibly can so that we know what's going into our foods. We talked about navigating restaurants and, getting some sort of a sauce that has gluten and things of that nature. And so all of these can impact as far as the toxins in our body. So again, if you can spend a little time in the kitchen, it's going to be very rewarding because healing begins in the kitchen. And so again, whether we're doing a turmeric drink or we're doing a hibiscus tea or we're drinking water, think about hydrate, hydrate, hydrate is going to be your best and the most effective, tool to really work on detoxification as well.
Clarified. Is it true that our body absorbs water better when there's something in it, whether it's that hibiscus tea you mentioned, or a little bit of lemon, or a little bit of salt and sugar? Is that true, or can we just hydrate by drinking straight water?
Well, you can hydrate by drinking straight water. And honestly, the reason that I do the turmeric drink is because it's anti-inflammatory, which is really important in regards to weight loss. And the hibiscus tea looks like a cranberry juice. And so on a psychological level, we want things that look pretty. We want things that have a little sweetener so that it kind of tells our brain it's happy. Oftentimes, just drinking plain old water, kind of boring sometimes. I want you to drink water. And so again, what I say is you need to drink half of your body weight in water, and it's not caffeinated. And so I'm totally not opposed to having a coffee once a day as far as the drinks. So think about water and 1 cup of coffee a day, lots of herbal teas, And again, a lot of people like the Pellegrino or the bubbly water, but don't let that be your only water, because the phosphoric acid in it, and it could create a little bit of osteoporotic issues if that's the only water that you're drinking. So again, I like using the Pellegrino to make like a bubbly lemonade or a ginger ale that I'm making, just to kind of get that substitute of that fizziness that we would want to have. And so I would say, drink half of your body weight in ounces of water. But again, at the same time, let's just kind of say for women, 6 to 8 glasses, and for men, anywhere from 8 to 10, because you're going to be eating, vegetables that are water content oriented as well. And so again, most water isn't really good quality. So we want to make sure that it's not tap water and that you're using good filtered water. People ask me all the time, does it have to be alkaline? And I'd say if you have an alkaline machine, fantastic. But if you don't, just again, a reverse osmosis or purification system is really important, because we definitely don't want to have plastic bottles because of the phthalates in it, which are hormonal disruptors. And so again, I would say bring half of your, at least 3/4 of your water without anything in it, and then the other quarter with something that's kind of fun and flavorful that you can take to work and make sure you're drinking.
I love that. And soups are great too, right?
Soups are awesome. And the reason that I love soups is because you can make it a really low carbohydrate with lots of liquid, so it's very filling in the gut. And so, for example, I love making like a chicken soup or fish chowder or albondiga soup. Now, I have added beans to those people who are vegetarian so that they can get their protein. Now, but the other thing is, you'll notice, because there are no grains, and for people who are vegetarian, that's what they fill up on. And so they might notice that, gosh, I feel a little bit hungrier, and I'm used to eating a big bowl of beans and a big bowl of rice. And so they're going to have a little bit more difficulty. So we really want to pack it up with a lot of the greens. But again, I'm very clear about how I want them to prepare the beans. So we created into a more sprouted bean and a resistant starch so that it is less sugar. And it also is going to be more digestible in regards to, being able to absorb those foods, because we don't really have the enzymes to break beans down. This is why they're so troublesome in terms of bloating and gas. But you'll notice that on the menu plan, people who are not vegans were not having beans in their meal plans, because they share both a carbohydrate seed and a protein seed. So again, we were going to just pay attention to keeping the glucose levels as low as possible.
Thank you so much for that great, insightful information here for us. And for the rest of you, we are going to see you, I hope, on the weight loss boot camp, where we are going to guarantee that you will have sustained weight loss that stays with you for the rest of your life. Have a great day, Liliana. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great day, Reena.